I'd like to show you today is a brand new MDT mag. This is the model number is 102919-BLK. It's the 12 round magazine without the binder plate. There's no binder plate in the front here. So it allows the bullet that you put in there to be a little bit longer, which I like. That way I can get closer to the lands with whatever bullet I like to shoot. But yeah, this is they're a real nice magazine. They're well made, typical of anything like AI pattern mags are usually pretty good. But this one's it holds 12 rounds instead of the typical 10. And the spring pressure is a little bit less, makes them easier to load. There's less taper on the side, which I think is the key to fitting the extra 2 bullets in there. But I've found that these things are having trouble feeding ammo. And the reason is, at least in my rifle and my caliber, this is .308, and I got a vernier out here. If I measure at the back of the width between the ears at the back, it's .403.5, and as I get to the front, it measures .391. Now, what I found is that magazines that tend to work, what came with a rifle, measured more like this. This is .417 as the width in the back, and .415 in the front, so significantly less taper, pretty much parallel between the feed lip from front to back. Now I did look online and they do sell tools, something like this. This is something I made, but it's a simple tool that just basically a piece of metal with a saw mark in it, and that allows me to put that on the feed lip and bend the feed lip in or out or however I want to bend it. I have in the past used other tricks to try to manipulate it, but this is kind of a clean way to do it. You can buy these if you look online, obviously not this one because I made this one, but you can buy something similar if you look around. Magazine adjustment tool or magazine feed lip adjustment tools, you'll probably find a few different things. You could even probably use I even thought take 2 pieces of steel that are, maybe 1/8 of an inch thick and drill a hole with a thumb screw and just tighten them together so you can clamp. Just put 2 pieces of steel clamped together with a thumb screw, and then you can tighten it up on the feed lip and just bend it, which would be an easy thing to make at home. But anyways, what I want to do is I'll demonstrate this mag. I haven't even tried it. I haven't even used it at all, but I'm willing to bet that it will not feed. And if it does not, we will adjust the feed lip. I'm going to adjust them anyways, but let's try it. I'll put a few rounds in the mag, four rounds here. What I do like about the mag is it's really easy to load, and I have 2 different lengths. These are actually fairly short. These are Cam Pro 147 grain bullets, and I also have some other ones that are longer. Let's see, I'll check the overall length because that's probably critical. Now, these are measuring 2.798 for the overall length, just to give you an idea. Okay, which you don't need a binder plate if they're that short. Okay, that one fed. That one worked. Okay, so this mag's going to make a liar out of me. So these are longer bullets. We'll see if it feeds with these. See, there it goes, it jammed. So in the factory condition, it'll feed with short enough ammo. The rounds I'm feeding here are 2.943. There's 155 grain Sierra Match Kings in here. These are bullets I like to shoot. It keeps the recoil down. It's not too bad, and I can hit the maximum velocity for PRS with these easy. So it's a nice polite load. I'm not driving them hard to hit 2800, which is the maximum limit for PRS. And You know, I know I can shoot a more of a low drag bullet, but I don't know, I think I like this bullet. But anyways, it's used enough in palma shooting and target shooting that got a lot of experience with it. So anyhow, there you go. So it's not feeding properly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the width between these ears. I'll make them a little wider, and I'll make them so they're more consistent with what I'm getting on the other mag. And then we'll see how it works. Now, by the way, one of the reasons that this is important is depending on the caliber that you're shooting. Like, for example, this is a 308, so the taper of the brass that's prescribed for a semi-spec 308 round, I'm willing to bet has less taper, for example, than a 6 Creedmoor or 6.5 Creedmoor, something like that. So I suspect that if you had something like that that has less sidewall taper, maybe a 6x47 or 6.5x47, they have less sidewall taper, which is going to give it more of a nose down attitude in the mag. So even if you don't have trouble feeding with your 308 with any of these mags, you probably might be well served to be prepared to adjust the lips regardless of what brand of magazine you have, to better accommodate the caliber that you happen to be shooting. I think that you know, I've got to make a slight adjustment on this mag, obviously, for the load that I'm shooting. But again, you might have to do that if you're shooting a 6 Creedmoor, and you might have to hit different measurements between the lips, so to find what works best for you. In my case, I found that this works pretty good. The width that I'm using, which is 0.418 in the back and 0.416 in the front. So let's try and replicate that using my little tool that I made. This one's 407 in the back and 393 in the front. So I'm going to try and bend a little bit outward as I'm prying a little bit, and just try a little bit at a time. I'm 405 at the back and 394 in the front. Didn't move it hard enough. A little more pressure this time. 0.406 at the back, 0.396 at the front. Try and do a little more on the other side too. A little bit of pressure. Don't want to be too aggressive. Just take your time. Better to 416 at the back, 401 at the front. .417 at the back, 413 at the front. I'm willing to bet that's probably close enough. So let's try loading these up again. And my guess is these are going to feed no problem now. So far so good. So there you go. If you don't have a feed adjustment tool, you can buy them, you can make them, but by all means, more than likely, depending on the caliber you shoot, you're probably going to have to adjust them. So, anyhow, this is Practical Tactical, and thank you for watching.